How you going, people? Oh, shit. I want to piss some people off on this one. Somebody sent me this video with the caption, "Earning the Hate" video. Look, I see both sides of this video. Perspective here. Sheriff pulls over this guy. This guy is the head guy for Department of Public Safety in Arizona. So he's in charge of the highway cops. And he's speeding 90 and swerving in and out of traffic. And he doesn't give a ticket. Now, one side is, if you're going to ticket other people, you need to ticket him. And if cops don't like getting tickets, then they shouldn't give tickets. But in the spectrum of things, this guy's a sheriff. A lot of sheriffs don't write tickets. If I was sheriff, my sheriff guys would not write tickets. There's more crime to be found than freaking writing tickets and taxing people, especially people in my county that vote for me and they don't vote for me, so I can go out and tax them and write them tickets. So more than likely, most sheriffs don't write as many tickets as other agencies. But I think this sheriff may have not written this guy, even if he wasn't a cop. He seems kind of down to earth, etc. Maybe he would have. I don't know. And that's why I'm not so much as this guy. If you show me video where this guy pulled another guy over and was a jerk and gave the guy a ticket when the guy was cooperative for the same thing, then I got a problem with that. But I don't know if that's the case or if this sheriff makes stops just to make sure the guy ain't drunk or there's not no more serious going on, and he's just going to say, hey, man, slow it down. So let's watch the video, and then we'll see if you guys think I'm just taking a cop side or if this is really outrageous.
Hi, how's it going?
Great, how are you?
Deputy with the Sheriff's Office. The reason I stopped you is you guys going about over 90 miles an hour, weaving through traffic, not using you guys' turn signals. Okay. Got your registration and insurance as well, too, please.
So the cop doesn't identify himself as a cop, he doesn't show his badge, and he gives him his license and registration. So I'm kind of okay with this. And the only thing that I do when a cop stops me is I have a gun on and there's guns in the car. And I know a lot of people say you shouldn't say that. And a lot of times, well, I don't know. I guess I've been pulled over since I've been in Texas. I'll say I've been pulled over 10 to 15 times in the last 7 years. And hell, I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 tickets. So, but they were all kind of bullshit stops. I mean, mainly for no front plate. That's probably like 7 or 8 times because I didn't have a front plate on my car. Freaking people just want to get a stat, give me a warning ticket. It doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't mean nothing. All it does is give the freaking cop justification that he's out there harassing people. So, but anyway, I'm just not a big traffic person because I think it's kind of bullshit waste of time. But anyway.
Where you guys headed? Flagstaff.
Okay, I get asked a lot. When a cop asks where you're going or where you're coming from, do you have to tell them? You don't have to tell them. And if the cop's being kind of like this guy, I mean, he's making conversation. You can tell him, you can not tell him, you can be generic, you can say, you know, I'm coming from home, I'm heading, like these guys, we're going to Flagstaff. They didn't elaborate. I think the woman ends up elaborating a little bit more, which is, okay, is it going to hurt you? Maybe not. I don't like prolonging contact. You stop me for fucking speeding, give me a freaking ticket or let me go. I'm not here to be your friends. I'm never going to see you again. You're out here freaking impeding on my freedom. You're stopping me using your government authority for some bullshit, even though you have the intent of not writing me a ticket. Well, Ricky gave you a break. You should be happy. I'm not happy when government impedes on my life, okay? I don't know why you fucking people think you're freaking all happy and lucky when a cop stops you and doesn't give you a ticket. Somehow you're happy and you think the cop's a good guy, and he shouldn't have stopped you. If it's not serious enough for me to arrest you or that you need a ticket, then leave people alone. I mean, if somebody's out there doing reckless and driving like a freaking maniac, then pull them over and give them a ticket. I don't have a problem with that. But just to pull over, to fish, to see if there's something else, so I can look in your car, so I can get a conversation, so I can figure out what else I'm going to do, so I can check your attitude to see if you're going to kiss my ass or if you're not going to kiss my ass, then I'll decide on whether I'm going to give you... All that shit's bullshit to me.
Flagstaff, what's going on in Flagstaff?
We're doing a memorial hike.
Oh, yeah?
For an officer who was killed in the line of duty.
Okay, so this woman pulls out, hey, we're going to support an officer that was killed. Oh, you're a Blue Lives Matter guy. Oh, okay, well, I mean, the cop, if he'd have went, oh, you're going to help for a down cop? Okay, good for you guys. See you later, slow down. I'd have been kind of okay with that too. But again, if he's out there writing other people for 5 miles over and he's only letting cops go, then I got a freaking problem with that. Because if cops want to give tickets, and if this cop is out here writing tickets, then when you get pulled over, you shouldn't be trying to get out of the ticket. You ought to be like, you know what? I've given a lot of tickets. I'll take my ticket, take my high insurance, take my extra tax dollars, take money out of my pocket and pay, because that's what I do to other people. And I'm not going to be a fucking hypocrite. Like I said, I can't count probably on the number of hands on how many tickets I gave on one hand.
Oh, wow. I appreciate you guys doing that. Was it the Flagstaff?
So it was actually my late husband, Bruce Harrell.
Okay, so this woman, her husband, her late husband, after he died, she hooked up with this other cop. But anyway, so her late husband died in the line of duty. Now, you can call me a hypocrite and whatever, but at that point, I'm not detaining this woman. She's given enough. Her husband died in the line of duty. I don't care if he was an asshole, ticket. I don't care what he was. He died in the line of duty. I'm just not going to mess with this woman. I'm pretty much done at this point. Now, you can call me a hypocrite, but I probably wouldn't have stopped the guy anyway, or I'd just pull up next to him and go, hey, slow the fuck down. You're going 90 and not using your turn signal, being a dumbass. And I'd have went on with my day. That to me, that's probably the way I'd have handled it. But, you know, that was before cameras.
DPS.
Oh, really?
Same department the colonel's manager.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a helicopter accident.
Helicopter
A
accident?
long time incident. 10 years.
Okay, so he didn't die in the line of duty. He died because he couldn't fly a helicopter and he was up there fucking around and crashed a helicopter. Rick, you can't say that. He's an officer. I don't know how he freaking died. All right, whatever.
It's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear
It's
that.
okay. No, it's okay.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll be right back.
Okay, so he leaves, even though after he hears his story, and he goes back and he was going to run the license. Let's see if he changes his mind when he finds out this guy's a cop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is a critical point for anybody that's going to try to get out of a ticket. If you let a cop get to his car and he starts writing the ticket, you're kind of screwed. Because it's very hard to avoid a ticket. You got to justify why you started it, why were you going to write it, what changed your mind not to write it. So most cops, once they start writing, you're getting a ticket. So the fact that you got to do and use whatever you can to get out of that ticket before the cop gets back there and starts writing the ticket. You have to influence him before he leaves. If you think later when he walks up with a ticket that you're going to say something or do something that's going to change his mind, he can't. He's already starting to write a ticket. So this girl does a good thing by saying, excuse me. And, you know, I think the cop driving, the guy in charge of Arizona DPS, was like, maybe he'll just give me my shit back and warn me right here when he finds out we're going to support an officer. And when a cop didn't do that, I was like, oh shit, I don't want him to start writing a ticket. Let me get him back here so I can show him my badge. And look, I'm okay with this. I mean, some people will have a big problem with it, but look, if a doctor goes in to see a doctor, you know, the old saying, doctors don't get to clap because doctors give them the medicine on the side. They don't have to go see a doctor. They prescribe it to themselves. Lawyers don't get sued because they know they're lawyers and they're not going to sue each other. They're kind of the brotherhood, the bar association, all this other shit. And cops don't get tickets. So every profession has their thing. If you work at a grocery store, you may get free food. You may get free drinks. You may get excess this. If you work at a restaurant, you may get free food at that restaurant. Every job has certain perks. Now, my problem is, if you're out there taking money from other people out of their pocket, that's pretty serious. And that's kind of egregious. And if you're going to do it to them, then you probably ought to do it to everybody. So I may sound like I'm on the fence or I'm not real clear on this, and maybe I'm not. But you know what? I'm human.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll help at all.
I don't know if that'll help. And look, I've said that. I mean, when I've gotten pulled over, I'm like, hey, guy, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm a retired cop. And you know what? One cop said, I don't give a shit. You're getting a ticket. And he was pretty much a dick. And I was like, all right, whatever. Fuck it. I was speeding. Give me your fucking ticket. Go on about your life, you little fucking pussy. But whatever. I mean, look, you guys are going to try to get out of a ticket, and cops are going to try to get out of tickets. So this guy's showing his badge. I don't really have a problem. Somebody would be like, he's trying to use his position to intimidate. He's not trying to intimidate. He's letting the guy know, hey, man, you're dealing with a cop. Don't sweat it. If you want to write me, cool. If you don't, cool. And he gives him his badge.
Is it?
He's the colonel. He runs DPS.
Oh.
So the girl's like, he's a colonel. See, the cop didn't want to say it because he knows it's being recorded. The woman's just kind of like, he's a colonel with DPS. Yo, excuse me, darling. Look, I know we're like, playing doctor in the bedroom and shit, but can you be quiet when we're on a stop with a cop?
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you.
Sorry to meet you under such circumstances.
Nope, not a problem.
So, this cop, even after he sees that, he goes back and runs him. Why? Because he wants to consider that he didn't want to say, oh, you're a cop, I'll let you go. He knows he's on camera. He's not going to say, I'll let you go because you're a cop. He's going to go back, run the guy, do the process like he normally would. He stopped him, make sure his license is valid. He doesn't have a warrant. Make sure the guy is who he says he is. Then he's going to decide how he's going to handle the call. I'm okay with this.
Header 57, copy 2729. Adam David, first to Frank, Common, Frank, Robert.
Now, I'm surprised he ran him over the radio, because now anybody that knows this guy is probably like texting him or blowing up his phone. Dude, that's the dude in charge of DPS. You know, you got right as somebody else is like, man, those motherfuckers wrote me a ticket, scratch his ass. So that he's getting, I guarantee you, a lot of texts at this point for everybody that's listening to the radio.
David, motorcycle endorsement, address out of Chandler.
Out of 7,
He's got a motorcycle endorsement. That's almost like a little man card. Anybody that's got a motorcycle endorsement, rides motorcycles, tends to be a little bit more, how do I say, risk taker, a little higher level of testosterone. Just people that ride motorcycles tend to be, whatever. By the way, I ride motorcycles. I like motorcycles. I have a motorcycle endorsement. Rick, you're just saying that because you think you're special. Shut up, you freaking crybaby. Okay, here we go, pop quiz. What's he going to do? Is he going to write the guy? Is he going to let him go? Who thinks he's going to write him? Raise your hand. You're a freaking idiot.
All right, your guys' information back. Appreciate your time. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Your sheriff actually is one of my favorite people.
What's that?
I love Scott Sheriff Masher. He's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, he's cool.
I was sitting there thinking, well, one of his guys about to write me a ticket.
So, this guy is pretty cool. He's like, I like your sheriff, which I believe him. And he was like, shit, I was dumbass. I was going too fast. I got a ticket. And so, and look, I mean, that's just the way it is. Sometimes you're going to get a cop that's just either having a bad mood or he's freaking Mr. Anal and he wants to go back and brag on how dangerous his job is and how he wrote a cop a ticket and how he wrote 14 tickets that day. And that's his identity. And I call those guys pussies, but well, I digress. So I think this is okay.
I'm a dumbass. I was going too fast. I got a ticket. And anyway, I was just kind of smiling because I know he just bust my balls.
Yeah.
I appreciate the break. I'm sorry to bother you.
No worries. I was just educating, just kind of, it's the purpose of the stop, just to educate people.
See, and I think a lot of deputies do that, is they want to stop and kind of say, hey, you were speeding, you could get a ticket, you need to slow it down just so you know, blah, blah, and they move on. And that way it counts they're doing something, etc. I don't really like those stops. Of course, I like those stops better than writing tickets and taking money out of people's pocket. But to me, it's still a government intrusion into someone's life. You're exerting power and authority to stop their free movement, detain them, ask them questions, and hold them against their will, all for the purpose of educating them. Oh, I get it. It's to keep you safe. All the highway patrol people are like, it's to keep you safe. We have to protect you. Okay, I got it.
People, But,
Tell me your name.
it's Cody Winton.
Hi, Cody. Frank Milstead. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Now, all this after talk, when the cop gave him back his driver's license ID, per the court eyes, the stop is over. Okay, and that's when the person is free to go and nothing else can change. Now, there's been case law to where cops have given the person his driver's license information back, was going to let him go, and the guy said, you're a dick and I hate cops. And the guy goes, really? Give me your license back. You're getting a ticket. And that will be thrown out. Because once you decide how you're going to handle the case and you give them back, the courts have determined as soon as you hand back the information, your contact, your lawful detention is over. You have released them. So at that point, An officer has to reestablish independent probable cause to hold you or to take any other action against you. And telling them they're a dick is not probable cause to take action against you. So anytime a cop does that and changes his mind, it's deemed inappropriate, unlawful, and is thrown out. So this after talk, people will be like, man, he just kissed his ass. He said he liked the sheriff. All that was done after his license was handed back to him. And at that point, the official detention was over. These guys are right now in what's called a consensual encounter because there is no detention and there is no government authority holding these people here. That's the difference. Hopefully you got some out of this. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for not thinking it's bullshit and not saying this cop is a hypocritical, mean, bad guy and he should be run over on a highway. And that's not how I see this call. I don't like ticket writers. I don't like stopping people just to give them warning and education. I'm not a fan of that. But this stop, I'm not really offended. Sorry. All right, I'll get some hate here. You can hate on me now. All right, we'll end it there.